Why, hello there. Professor Nick here, and I have an important question for you, which is, why didn't the skeleton cross the road? I'll tell you why, because he was a little bitch. He doubted himself and he couldn't just do it. My name is Professor Nick. I help students crush it at college, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about creative block and getting unstuck. So perhaps at some point you felt yourself really stuck, that you had this writer's block, creative block, and you just couldn't do the thing you were trying to do. You said to yourself, I can't write today. What you really meant though was you couldn't write something perfectly. A lot of the times we kind of censor ourselves, we self-criticize, self-condemn, self-evaluate, self-judge, and self-defeat, and it's no good. The good news is there is a way around it, and today I'm going to share with you a few ways that you can do that. You might be wondering why I'm here playing with Legos and whatnot. It's because one of the best things that you can do to fix a creative block is to explore new mediums and sources. Perhaps you're a writer and you're saying to yourself, I can't write today. I can't write anything. I just sit there, I'm staring at a blank screen, I cannot write anything. You can, but you know what? Let's put that aside for a second. Don't write something. Go paint. Go sculpt. Go do something you've never done before. Learn an instrument. What this is going to do is create new, novel neural connections in your brain so that you have these new reference experiences and this library of data points in your mind to see ideas and connections that nobody else could find. And it's one of the best things that you can do. So for me, if I wanted my videos to be perfect, the lighting perfect, my hair perfect, the frame, photography, everything perfect, no, I don't have to do that. I can try something else altogether. You are not going to fix your creative block in a day here. It's going to take a minute, friend, and that's okay. So maybe you can start seeing this as more of a journey where you're moving along. It's going to take you a while, and you know that you're never going to quite get there. I think you're going to find actually that a lot of really high performing people, especially creative types, they don't ever feel 100% satisfied with the work that they do, and that's totally fine. If you want to overcome this creative block, you are going to need some kind of momentum. At some point, you're just going to have to say screw it and just get started. You're going to have to draw that thing that doesn't come out the way that it looks. You're going to have to make a mistake. You're going to have to write something grammatically incorrect. You have to fail to move forward. And I really wish I could tell you that there's some other way, but that's just the reality of it. And you know, I'm not going to take my Lego sculptures super seriously. I'm just going to have fun with it. And a lot of the times what you're going to notice is when you just have fun with something and let go of it and just let it be an opportunity for you to play and explore and experiment, you are going to get some of the best ideas that you've ever had. Another thing that you can do, if you feel like you're getting creative block, that you're kind of getting stuck, you can't write, whatever, is really connect with your source motivation. Tap into that why of the reason you're doing this in the first place. For me, as a kid, I really liked playing video games. I really liked certain toys, Legos, still love Legos. And it got me into digital media and just wanting to be a creator and to just make stuff. And it's kind of interesting what happened to me was I was very prolific as a graduate student, and I made a ton of good stuff. But then when I became a professor, you'd think becoming a professor that I'd be more confident and that I got better and started making more stuff. It's actually the opposite. What happened for me was I had this construct, I had this mental model that, oh, now that I'm a professor, all of my work has to be much better, has to be this, super high quality. And so I put these expectations on myself, and anything that I did just started to not feel good enough, right? It's really interesting. Creativity and creative block is strongly linked to what others think about us and what we believe about ourselves. For example, you might be this person where you're in a social situation, you're in some kind of social gathering, and you find yourself really shy, really quiet, and you can't think of anything to say. Yet when you're with those couple of close friends, you could be loud and just say whatever's on your mind, feel comfortable. It's kind of the same idea here. So if you are getting that creative block, you're sort of self-censoring and saying, I'm not willing to accept anything unless it's really high quality, unless it's perfect. Perfectionism is actually a really low standard. You're not accepting anything except the best, right? If you are looking for a more immediate solution to this thing, this is what I have to say to you. go ahead and do a 7-day challenge. Make something every day for 7 days. Doesn't have to be good, just has to be done. And that is important. Another thing that you can do that is really, really helpful is to connect with other people who are kind of in the same place. So I actually have on Facebook a group that you can check out where you can connect with all kinds of other like-minded students and creatives who are in the same place that you are, and you guys can help each other to learn and grow. So I definitely would not be able to do what I do without my friends, without my colleagues, without mentors and coaches in my life. So it's been really, really helpful to have other people around. Another thing that was really important for me is that for a long time I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. And if it seems like the thing that you're forcing yourself to do is not actually that much fun, and it never really was, then you might be in the wrong field or you might be in the wrong medium. So maybe self-examine at some point and ask yourself, am I really in the right field? On the topic of creative block, there's actually a lot of good books on the subject. The Artist's Way is one, for example, that's really good. You can check that out. And there's many, many more. I actually have a list of all of my favorite books that you can get on my website. It's professornick.com, professornic.com/books. And you can find it there. I am going to leave it there for today. I have a lot more to say on this subject, but I don't want to get this video to be way too long. Let me know what you think about this video, about your experience with creative block and kind of where you're at right now. I would really love to hear what's going on with you. Again, check out the Facebook group if you haven't. It's a good place for you to join and learn all of the best ways to unlock your creative potential and just become a more prolific and better creator. I am going to sign off on the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time, friends.